Hello everyone, welcome back to Mountaineer News 2, the only channel for advice. Today is week 2 NFL predictions, and well, this video is definitely going to be longer than a toe, because, get it? Of course you didn't. So yeah, week 1 taught me a lot about many teams, and there were teams that I was impressed and I was very disappointed of. But however, week 2 can bring good promise or just further exacerbate how bad a team is. So, let's get started. Tonight, we have Bills-Dolphins. The Dolphins getting very lucky after their comeback win over the Jaguars. You got to be thankful that the Jaguars' offense did literally nothing in the second half. And then you have the Bills, who came back from nearly losing to the Cardinals. It took Josh Allen waking up for him to, well, help them win. And this game is very interesting. It's definitely a huge game when it comes to the AFC East and who will run the division. And it will definitely impact later on when it comes to tiebreakers. So, should be a very good game. You have Josh Allen and Tua Tagovailoa playing against each other. So, now the game is going to be in Miami, but not in the scorching hot sun, like in previous pasts. In the past, many teams would lose in Miami because, well, it's usually hot and sunny out, and the Bills were especially prone to that. But it's going to be a night game, so it'll be much cooler down there. So that's why I'm going to go with the Bills. I do believe that the Bills will win against the Dolphins. I believe that Josh Allen will be too much for Miami's, well, defense to handle. So give me the Bills over the Dolphins. Then you got the 49ers versus the Vikings. 49ers coming off of their impressive win over the New York Jets, and the Vikings beating the Giants, which even I could beat. The Vikings are still in rebuild mode, however. Now, the Vikings did prove that they could play competitive somewhat, but they're going up against the juggernaut that is the San Francisco 49ers. So, no doubt about it, I'm going San Francisco in this game. San Francisco is on a revenge tour. They want to get back to the Super Bowl because really, this may be the 49ers' last great chance at a Lombardi before they may have to gut the team in order to pay Brock Purdy. So, give me the 49ers. Then, you got the Seattle Seahawks versus the New England Patriots. And the Patriots shocking everyone by beating the Cincinnati Bengals. And then you have the Seahawks coming in, which they were very iffy to say the least. Like, not really, well, impressive against the Broncos, but they did just enough to win. I think this game is going to be a lot closer than what people think because of New England's impressive performance against Cincinnati. So, but despite that, I'm going to take Seattle over New England. So give me the Seahawks. Then you got the New York Giants against the Washington Commanders. Yeah, the Giants suck. Like, the Giants legitimately suck. In fact, the Giants may be the second worst team in football. Daniel Jones is atrocious. I mean, they should have chose Saquon over Daniel Jones, to be quite honest with you, because that's when they jumped the shark. And despite the Commanders having their own issues playing against the Buccaneers, personally, they could definitely, well, come back from that game. They got an easy opponent, and this will probably be Jalen Daniels' game to shine. So I got the Commanders easily defeating the Giants, so give me Washington. Then you got Chargers and Panthers. The Panthers just suffered another loss, and in my opinion, the Panthers may be the closest team or have a bad enough roster to go 0-17. I mean, the team looks lost, hazed, and confused. So give me the Chargers big over the Panthers. Then you got Saints-Cowboys. Now, the Saints, I couldn't really get a glimpse on. Really, I couldn't get a glimpse on the Saints. I didn't know if they were bad because, well, I didn't know if they played good because of how bad the Panthers were, or they were the ones that played really good. But they're going up against the Cowboys. Now, this game is very close in my opinion. I mean, the Saints definitely showed signs that they could be a pretty good team, but you're going up against a juggernaut like Dallas. Now, I don't think that there's going to be any, major problem when coming into this game. I do believe that the Saints will keep it competitive, but I do believe the game will be close, but I think I'll take Dallas because of, I feel like Dallas has more talent than New Orleans, but however, I would not be surprised if the Saints win. Then you got the Colts and the Packers. Packers, first game without Jordan Love after his injury, and then you have the Colts, who didn't beat the Texans, but however, they played competitive. They played competitive football, and they played, pretty solid football, to say the least. And now you're going up against a Packers team which just lost Jordan Love. They're probably a bit beat up after that horrible grass in Brazil. So I'm going to go with the Colts here. I know. I'm going to go with the Colts. So give me the Colts over the Packers. I think the Colts can definitely be competitive against the Packers, and I do believe that they will win against the Packers. So give me the Colts. Then you got the Browns and Jaguars. The Jaguars really mad after their very disappointing loss to Miami. And the Browns really, really screwed up by keeping Deshaun Watson. And boy, it's starting to come to bite them. But in my opinion, if more of these stuff comes to light, then most likely the Browns, I know for a fact that the Browns are trying to find some way to release Deshaun Watson. So I do believe it's probably going to take a few weeks, but Deshaun Watson is not going to last a full season with the Browns. They're going to release him sooner rather than later. And because of sloppy QB play by Cleveland, their defense is going to keep them competitive in this game. Their defense will keep them competitive, but however, I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars are mad. They really want to play good, so give me the Jaguars. Then you got the Jets and the Titans. Both teams having a very disappointing performance in their last few games, especially for the Titans, who choked the 17-0 lead. And the Jets had a pretty bad game against the 49ers, and now they're playing against the Titans. Now, the Titans, despite a lack of talent, they played very solid against the Chicago Bears, but Will Levis kind of messed up. So this is the game where Will Levis really needs to rebound and try to get his team back on track and keep his team confident in him. I think this game will be close, but ultimately I'm going to go with the Titans in this game. I think the Titans will win over the Jets, so give me the Titans. Then you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Detroit Lions. The Lions really impressed me with their win over the Rams. And to be quite honest, I feel like the Lions may have the best roster and one of the best teams in football right now. And it's not really hard to see why after their Sunday night performance. Now, the Buccaneers are a really good team, and these two teams played each other in the playoffs. Now, I do believe Tampa Bay is good, and I do believe that they will win the division, but I believe that Detroit will be too much for Tampa Bay to handle. So give me the Lions. Then you got the Raiders and the Ravens. The Ravens, definitely mad after their disappointing Week 1 loss, and the Raiders, just looked really out of it. So, I'm probably going to take the Ravens here. I mean, it's no offense to the Raiders that I'm not really have any confidence, but I believe that the Ravens are still on a statement. I think Lamar Jackson's going to play really well, and with that Ravens defense being a bit of a threat, I'm going to go with the Ravens. Then you got the Rams and the Cardinals. Rams, pretty well solid game against the Lions. Nearly won, but lost in overtime due to Dan Campbell running the ball a lot. Then you have the Cardinals, who surprised everyone. Who knew that giving the Cardinals some talent would make them a legitimate contender? Well, not like a contender, but they're a better football team. I do believe that the Cardinals still have a long ways to go before they reach contender status. But this game is definitely going to be a lot closer than what people will expect it to be. I think the game will be close, but ultimately, I'm going to go with the Cardinals to pull the upset. I feel like the Cardinals just played really well against the Bills. Unfortunately, talent gap and Josh Allen got in the way. But with the Rams, no Puka Nacua, and you still have Cooper Kupp there, but he's still getting up there in age. I'm going to go with the Cardinals to pull the upset. So give me the Cardinals. Then you have Bengals-Chiefs. The Bengals really disappointed me when they lost to New England. And now you're going up against the Chiefs, who has all the hype around them. Come on. I don't think Cincinnati is going to save us. It'll just be another sad tale. Give me the Chiefs over the Bengals. Then you have Broncos-Steelers. And you know who am I going to pick for. I'm going with the Steelers all day. What, you seriously think I was going to pick someone else? I'm not like a disillusional Steelers fan, but still picking them. Then you got the Chicago Bears versus the Houston Texans. CJ Stroud played extremely well against the Colts. And then you have the Bears who, well, they definitely got lucky by beating the Titans. They got lucky, but Caleb Williams is still going through his growing pains. Like, Caleb Williams isn't going to be good overnight. So, I do believe that this game will not really be that close. I think I'm going to take the Texans to defeat the Bears pretty easily. Then we have Monday Night Football. Falcons-Eagles. The Falcons, shocked me when they completely screwed up against the Steelers. I thought that the Falcons' offense will be high-flying, but again, the Falcons are still a disappointment, and also 28-3. Even so far away from 28-3, the Falcons are still haunted and still act like 28-3. And then you have the Eagles, who really had a pretty solid game against the Packers in Brazil. And now coming back home, you're in a home environment and you're going up against the Falcons. I'm going to take the Eagles there. I think Jalen Hurts has really rebounded, and Saquon Barkley looks like he's returned to his old form. So give me the Eagles. All right, so that is my predictions for Week 2. And I'll see you all for college football predictions tomorrow. See ya.